Thank you for joining this special episode of the Hypnosis Nerd. I'm Luke Chow.
And I'm Kim Gray.
Here at the Morpheus Clinic for Hypnosis in Toronto, Canada. This special episode will talk about how to experience or continue your hypnosis sessions in the time of a pandemic. And that is a word that the WHO has already started to use. They've declared the COVID-19 outbreak to be a pandemic. And one thing I'm just going to say straight from the heart is that there aren't a lot of opportunities to be a hero, to actually save lives. Like, how often do any of us living or working in the middle of a big city can take an action to save lives? Many of us fantasize about times when we could step in and take an action to save someone, a stranger or a loved one, and that time is now, in reality. So if you follow the news, you might have heard the phrase flattening the curve. These are legitimate ways to save lives. It's not to punish you. It's not to make things hard. This is what we all have to do to prevent things from getting much worse.
Absolutely.
And the local health authorities are going to be delivering more and more of these kinds of messages, as well as the media. Fortunately, hypnotherapy is a practice that you can experience at home in a way that's almost as good as coming into a hypnosis office. And this episode will help you ease the transition if your hypnotherapist is encouraging you to do telehypnosis or online hypnosis sessions. Now, recently, just a couple of days ago, I got an email from the National Guild of Hypnotists, our professional association, and I'll just read from the email. After committee discussions regarding online hypnosis sessions, our NGH Blue Ribbon Steering Committee has voted to take a positive action regarding approval for use by our certified members. Previously, we had approved telehypnosis sessions being used with regular clients who have first been seen in person by their practitioner. Says that for some time, often clients would compete at an event and they would have to do telehypnosis because they wouldn't be in the same city as their practitioner, and that the NGH had approved online hypnosis or telehypnosis for that purpose. They are checking with their legislative liaison, their ethics chairman, and it seems like they're moving everything in the direction of accepting, approving, and even normalizing online hypnosis. And that's one thing that I think might come out of the next few months. It's the normalization of working from home. It's the normalization of using video conferencing instead of face-to-face meetings. And I think the normalization of online hypnosis is going to be part of that trend. Hypnotherapy is a practice based on thinking and communicating. It's the practitioner thinking about the client's problems and applying another level of thinking to the client's problems, then communicating those solutions while the client is keeping an open mind and accepting the practitioner's suggestions. So hypnotherapy is something that can very much be done online. We're hoping in this video to help you bridge the gap if you're accustomed to in-office sessions or if you're expecting in-office sessions, so that your online sessions can be as comfortable and as effective as possible. In any situation, there's absolutely zero risk of transmission or of contracting any kind of disease when you're doing online sessions. That's why there's the trend to flatten the curve and to socially distance. And like I said at the start, there are very few chances that you can be a hero and possibly save lives with the actions you take today. So we are strongly encouraging all of our clients to be doing online sessions instead of coming to our office. And it might be the new normal for the next few weeks or possibly even the next few months. We do intend to ride out the storm. Probably Kim and I will be doing Hypnosis Nerd episodes through teleconferencing as well. And that's what you can look forward to from us. I guess one big question that's on people's minds is, does telehypnosis work?
Yes, that's a big one for sure.
Because I think there is a lingering belief that comes from perhaps the time of Mesmer, that it's the communication in person, face to face, the presence of the practitioner that causes change. And I want to bust that notion completely open. It is not the presence of the practitioner that causes change.
Right.
It is the installation of better thinking, higher quality thinking, clearer thinking about the client's problems that causes change. And that can be done over video conferencing. It can be done over the telephone. So there are many things we have in a hypnosis office like this, like dim lighting, very comfortable recliners. We have high quality microphones for making recordings. We have blankets. We have pillows. We are set up here for comfort to be a sort of an oasis in the middle of a downtown core of a major city. But all of these accoutrements are peripheral to the point. The main point of hypnosis is for us to communicate and for you to accept higher quality thinking about your problems. And that's it. So in your own home, it is useful to set up dim lighting to make sure that you're comfortable during your sessions for any online hypnosis session that you do. But please keep in mind that all the visible things that you can see and touch in a hypnosis office are peripheral to the point. The main point of hypnosis is so that you can accept ways of thinking or better attitudes or perspectives that will help you with your problems.
Absolutely.
And I can't emphasize that point enough. So if you're looking at beginning hypnosis or continuing hypnosis and you're wondering whether online hypnosis works or is good enough, the answer is yes.
Absolutely. And we're lucky to live in a day and age, too, where there's so many great ways to communicate with other people, right? It
Yes.
doesn't always have to be just in person. And as Luke mentioned, it's communicating effective ideas to the client that resonate with them. So there's many ways we can do
Absolutely.
that. It does not have to be in person.
Yes. Yep. And I'm sure that we're going to have some extra free time over the next few weeks in order to help clients get their own spaces set up.
And
so
we'll help
that-
you with all of that. It's we'll be there to guide you through every step of the way.
Absolutely. So, yeah, we're still here to help, even if our physical location at some point in the next few days will be closed to the public.
Yep.
We do intend to stay in business to keep seeing clients just through this new means. Kim is already set up to work from home, and I am set up to work from home. So we're just going to keep on trucking, and we're going to keep being a calm in the center of the storm for our clients. So having talked about the possible downsides of online hypnosis, let me talk a bit about the benefits that many people don't think of. The first one is that it is completely safe. There is absolutely no risk of getting anything or transmitting anything. Another benefit is that it saves you time. You don't have to travel downtown. You don't have to come downtown. You don't have to take much more time out of your day than the time you allot to the session itself. Another benefit to online hypnosis is that because it's in your own space, sometimes people feel more comfortable in their own homes than in a stranger's office or a near stranger's office.
For sure.
Yep.
Technically, they're saving time and money too. You kind of did mention that, but like you're
Yeah.
not spending money on gas or taking the subway.
Yeah.
And you're saving time, travel time too.
And for those of our clients who choose to commission a custom recording, the benefit of a custom recording is that you can use it as many times as you want to, as often as you want to. It will be an edited recording, which means there won't be ums or ahs or mistakes or outside noise creeping into the recording. If you've experienced our YouTube recordings, then you kind of know the quality of the sessions that we create. This is a high quality microphone. The internet connection somewhat degrades the experience, but we're all very accustomed to hearing people's voices over the telephone or over online teleconferencing software.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to feel like you're in a space other than your own home or other than your own bed, with your eyes closed and with basically just a voice guiding your imagination and your thoughts in a better or a different direction. Essentially, the experience subjectively is the same. I think the number one thing that could hinder people from having a good experience with online hypnosis is the belief that online hypnosis is inferior. And if you believe that it's not going to work, if you believe that it is the office or the presence of someone or the comfortable recliner that causes change, then you're going to be getting in your own way.
Yes.
You really have to accept the idea that you can receive a higher level of thinking from anywhere in this city or anywhere in the world, and the practitioner's job is to do the thinking and communicate it as effectively as possible. So any mode of communication will get you benefit from the sessions. When it comes to online hypnosis, it's a phrase that refers to several more specific methods of delivery. One of them is video conferencing, which we just talked about, using applications like Zoom, or for less sensitive issues, Skype or FaceTime.
Yep.
There's also custom recordings that we can make for your situation. If you've seen our YouTube channel, you might have seen some of our free sample recordings. So custom recordings are longer and more specific for your situation. It helps you hear positive messaging for the issues that you're dealing with on a regular basis, on your own time,
Right.
in your own space.
And you can listen to them over and over again as many times as you like.
That's right. There's also generic recordings, which we don't have as many of, but online there are many generic recordings you can find. But that's, you probably already know about them, and people who contact us tend to want something more customized, more personal, that speaks more directly to their issues. They kind of want to hire me to think about their problem and then find solutions to their problem. So generic recordings are out there, but our clientele isn't really served by them. And finally, there's self-hypnosis, which is more akin to meditation than hypnosis, because the client is both the guide and the follower. In most cases, self-hypnosis is quite difficult for someone who isn't well practiced at going into hypnosis, because you have to be the guide and the follower.
Yes.
I would rather find someone to hypnotize me than to do self-hypnosis, because I don't want to play both roles at the same time. I would just want to be in the client mode and listen to the ideas suggested by others.
Yep.
So those are the different options for online hypnosis. And for those of you who are expecting or accustomed to coming into our office, sitting in our recliner, and hearing me deliver positive, beneficial suggestions for your issues, teleconferencing or video conferencing is the best route forward. So here's what you need to best experience online hypnosis at home. The most important thing is not something you can really see or feel or touch. It's more of a feeling that you get, which is privacy.
Privacy.
That's a huge part of coming into an office like this, in that we're set apart from the rest of the world, and there's a safe space where you can talk about your problems and you can talk about your challenges without judgment. And it's because of the private space that we have here that you're able to discuss your own problems and fears and worries without judgment. If you are worried about a family member or a roommate listening in, that will probably compromise your level of comfort. It'll probably compromise your session. So privacy is very important for talking with your practitioner, and then also letting your guard down during a session. So the first thing you need to experience online hypnosis at home is a private space, like a bedroom or a private office or a den, where you could close the door, have a full hour by yourself, and be able to let your guard down and talk about your problems. So that's the number one thing. The other things that will help with your hypnosis session are just more the things you can see and touch. So one of them is a comfortable chair or recliner or couch or a bed with pillows that you can prop yourself up with. An office chair usually isn't good enough. Usually with an office chair, your neck will fall to one side and your back will start to hurt 20 minutes into the session.
You ideally want to be leaning back.
Exactly. You want to be able to put all your weight upon some cushioning. So a recliner is ideal. A couch can work. And I say that on a bed you should have pillows that you prop up and lean yourself against, because very often your bed is associated with sleep, and we don't want you to fall asleep during sessions. We want you to be listening and attending to what your practitioner is saying. The other things you need to experience online hypnosis at home are the technological hardware and software that will allow you to teleconference with me or with your practitioner wherever they are. And most people these days have a cell phone or a computer or a tablet. In a pinch, it is possible to do hypnosis over the telephone with a headset or with a speakerphone, but VoIP or voice over IP, online voice communication, is usually higher quality. And as a practitioner, I do like to be able to visually see how the client is reacting to what I'm saying. That's one of the ways I can tell whether or not someone has fallen asleep.
Right.
If I make a few emotional points in a row and the client's not responding at all, then I start to think the client's asleep. And then for them to get the most out of their session, I have to bring them back into hypnosis, which is not the same as sleep. And previous videos have covered what hypnosis is and what it isn't and how it is not sleep. So regardless of whether you're going to be engaged with us through a computer or through a tablet or a telephone, it is beneficial to have some kind of earphones or headphones, and ideally also a microphone that's relatively close to your mouth. And I'll give you an example, because most cell phones that people buy will come with headphones that are kind of like this. They're usually earbuds. And this little piece down here isn't just a volume control. This piece here contains a microphone. So with this device, you can put your telephone, or you can put your computer off to the distance so that your webcam is showing your entire upper body at the same time that this puts my voice into your ears, and the microphone is picking up the sound of your voice so you don't have to project your voice in the middle of a session. So that's why I'm recommending that you find, in wherever you put these things after you buy a cell phone, that you find a headset like this. People will also sometimes use Bluetooth headsets. A lot of more complex, fancy headphones will work if they have a microphone in them. But the main point, again, is to get the webcam farther away while getting the microphone closer, and also having these to put my voice inside your ears. This can enhance a sense of privacy or isolation. It can help you forget about the fact that you're in your own home. And it will also allow me to get the best and clearest signal visually and auditorily, so that I have some ongoing feedback as I conduct the session.
Right. And even if you don't have any of those earbuds or headphones, I think Amazon sells some very cheap ones that are good quality as well.
Yes, for $15 you can get something better than what your cell phone comes with. So that's all you need to experience online hypnosis at home in a way that is similar to coming into our office physically. As long as you have some privacy, that is the most important thing. Oh, and I forgot to mention, having a reliable internet connection is important too.
That's key.
Yes.
Of course.
Well, living in a place like Toronto in the 21st century, most people have good enough internet connections.
Yep,
but
for sure.
If you're watching from somewhere else in the world, having a reliable internet connection is important. I guess one question that might arise is, what are the risks? So if things go wrong with online hypnosis,
right.
like if the internet goes down, what are the risks? So fortunately, hypnosis is a very natural state of mind. You do not need your hypnotist who put you into hypnosis to also be the one to bring you out of it. The worst case scenario is you'll notice that no one has said anything for a while, and then you'll just open your eyes and realize the connection has dropped. Or possibly that you might fall asleep, and then maybe an hour later you'll wake up and realize that the session has ended, and you'll have some notes or an email from your practitioner saying, let's reschedule for a different time. I am anticipating a bit more free time over the next few weeks, which means we are perfectly happy to help you through any technological issues. We do pride ourselves in good customer service, in positive experiences of hypnosis. We are still one of the only hypnosis centers in the world with a full money-back guarantee, with a complete unconditional refund policy, so that if this online hypnosis thing turns out not to be for you, if it's not as wonderful as I described it here, then we still operate under the philosophy that we only want to keep your money if you are satisfied.
Absolutely. So you really have nothing to lose.
We're in the business of making people happier, and like I said, we're going to have some extra free time over the next few weeks, most likely as everyone adjusts to working from home.
Right.
So we're happy to keep the lines open. We're happy to keep engaging with you. At a time like this, online hypnosis is the best option.
And the safest, of course.
And the safest.
100%.
It's because online hypnosis is the safest option. That's why it's the best option.
Absolutely.
We can all be heroes in this by staying at home and socially distancing ourselves. If we all work together, we can help to limit the spread of COVID-19, and we can save lives. So, again, it's Luke Chow from the Morpheus Clinic for Hypnosis in Toronto, Canada.
And I'm Kim Gray.
We'll see you soon.
We'll see you soon, yeah.
We'll see you soon online.
Online.